The financial crisis has put banks' compensation practices into focus. Both U.S. and U.K. governments have taken steps to rein in compensation for bankers, with the U.S. targeting the highest paid executives, while the U.K. is limiting bonus pools. These differences have set up, if you will, a battle between London and New York, the latest battle in a long-running feud. And to dig deeper into the topic, we've got a roundtable from both cities. Shaun Springer, CEO of Square Mile Services. He advises 15 of the top City of London institutions on compensation, and he joins us from London this morning. And Jeanne Branthover, Managing Director and Head of the Global Financial Services Practice at Boyden Global Executive Search in London. I welcome you both. Glad you could be here. Jeanne's sitting right beside me. Shaun, you're over in London, so let me start with you. You are watching very closely the developments that have taken place, both on this side of the pond and on your side. Are we seeing a talent drain from London? Are people being sucked out of London's financial services industry, the city, if you will, because of the measures that the UK government has taken to try and rein in pay and risk-taking?
Yes, it's certainly played a part. With regards to specific banks, of course, namely RBS, that is subject to the bonus cap. But generally, it hasn't been to the United States. It's been more focused on the Asian part of the market and the Middle East.
Okay, so it might not even be New York versus London. It's New York and London versus the rest of the world, potentially.
Well, I think you've hit the nail on the head. It's not so much a question of West against West. It's more against West against East now. What we've witnessed in the last 2 years is effectively the bankruptcy of the Western powers and a very, very fundamental, long-term, historical, seismic, indeed, shift of wealth and hence power from the West to the East.
All right, I would like to ask Jeanne the same question. Jeanne, you're here in New York City. You obviously see several of the same pressures unfolding. Do you observe some of the same trends that people are prepared to pack up and move to Asia or the Middle East?
Not only are they prepared, I'm doing it. And we're moving people regularly overseas when they wouldn't have even considered it 2 years ago. And right now, because they're very concerned staying locally, and if they can really find a job to stay in within financial services, that they're very open to relocating overseas, and particularly Middle East, Far East.
Okay, I want to... Sorry, go ahead, Deirdre, jump in, please.
I'm just curious. I mean, are you seeing a lot of people move from New York, then, to London, to some of the centers in Asia? I mean, are you seeing...
Not to London, to overseas as far as Middle East and to the Far East.
Singapore, for example, give us the hot cities.
Well, Dubai, Riyadh. We saw people go all over Asia, you know, to China, to Hong Kong. So people are very open to doing that. And literally, these people are people that would never have considered it before.
Okay, but the question I think we do have to ask, and some facts that we do have to establish here, both with you, Jeanne, and you, Shaun, in London, is, are these people moving to, say, Singapore, Hong Kong, Shanghai, Dubai, etc., because that's where the jobs are available, or are they moving there because that's where they can squeeze out an extra $2, $3, $4, $5 million?
Good question. It's actually a lot of reasons. They're doing it because they feel that their careers here in the United States aren't going anywhere, because with the mergers and with the changes in compensation and just things just being status quo for a while and maybe not a career movement upward. So they think to better their careers, they want to move. Plus, financially, they want to move.
All right, and you, Shaun, we just talked about that survey from Morgan McKinley. Job openings in the city are at a 12-month high. Are people leaving because they can't find jobs or because they simply want to make more money?
Well, no, I mean, the London banks or the London financial institutions, as a rule, are hiring, and certainly the hiring market is much improved over the past 3-4 quarters. The fact, however, is that the competition for staff is far more intense abroad than it is either in London or New York. And this is primarily because the regulations or the threat of imposed regulations, whether it be from Brussels or from Parliament or indeed from the Congress, is a threat to all the financial institutions when they don't know what the future holds. Whereas, of course, in whether the likes of Dubai or Qatar or Hong Kong or indeed Sydney, the future is pretty clear and unsullied.
All right, so it sounds as though these firms don't even have each other to fear so much as they do their own regulators, and that is driving the movement of these bankers overseas.